In today's video, I'm going to sort out a significant technical issue that's been stopping us from progressing. Plus, I'm going to moan a lot about a design flaw that we found in the back of this boat that could have sunk her. Well, it's a bright day. Right, before I get started, new camera, new toy. Check this out. Wide angle lens. Do you want to know where I got this from? So,
hang on.
Yeah, you carry on with the story.
Yeah, I've just put my lens on it. What has got?
Finders keepers, losers weepers. That's what they say. Anyway. We've just had a delivery from the guys and they've brought us some of this. So some steel. You won't believe how expensive this bloody stuff is. But anyway, there we go. That's going to be for repairing that and some other bits and pieces. He's off. Backing out, old lad. There's Rachel's half painted steps. That's half. He said paint half, paint the other half tomorrow. But it looks like it's a small half. So she'll have more of a squeeze tomorrow, but there we go. Goes up to the top. Yeah. Good job, Rachel. New camera, so I'm not very good at working it. Yep, so we're back here again. Half the day's already gone. We seem to spend half the day organising things, buying things and things like that. Yesterday we spent the whole day, can we see, fetching these things here, those kind of the acros that we're going to be using to support the boat. So back to me, back on the talent camera, back on the talent. Yeah, there we go. So I'm back to trying to sort out this bathing platform at the back. Don't know if you can see it or not, but we're half cut out, so we need to try and finish cutting it out. I'll take it around and show it you now. So as you probably remember, we've got this kind of thing going on. I've got to finish cutting this out, and then we have this thing in here, as you know, which is probably had water in it and it's run out. There must be a hole in it somewhere. So a lot more cutting out to do. Right, so I've just cut away a little inspection patch here. This is the tubes that go from the davits down. I'm assuming they're for reinforcement, and you can see it's full as well, corrosion up the inside. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, they're in your water bottle. Yeah. So this just fills it with water. And, ouch! You can see it. Oh dear. So Rachel's done the stairs. Now the first coat. A lot more stair to do, and we're rained off now. Forecast no rain, but we're rained off. And I've kind of got better as I've been going along. First of all, I was just chopping it out ad hoc, but I've got a bit of confidence now. I've kind of got the plasma cutter working as I like, and I've been cutting neatly now along the edges, cutting all the bits and pieces out. So that's it, rained off. They're not sunglasses. There's no sun here. Down in West Wales, there's only rain. And time to go home. Got a bit done. As I've got better with the plasma cutter, I've become a lot more disciplined with the cut. So now I've actually used the plasma cutter to go around the circumference rather than chopping out bits, which I started at first. Lack of experience and being a bit of a novice, and just doing it as I needed to do to not get fed up with the job, and to keep myself motivated. But as I said, as I've got better, I've got more disciplined and find a lot better at using it as a tool for cutting out. There's the piece we've cut out from this corner. You can see nice and square cuts now, but the ones on the left hand side I was just hacking it out as you go. But it just shows you as you improve you get better. And look at all this again, between the two skins of the bathing platform. This is just absolute rot. We'll give this a clean up then. And the best cleaning tool for the job is one of these. Some people call it a knocking stick. Well, this side didn't pass the hammer test. Right, let's get cutting this one out. Let's do the same as that. See if we can get this out in one piece. There we are, cut out. I've got a bit more cutting to do and a bit of grinding and a bit of needle gunning and some work to do, but we're nearly there. Let's just vacuum out as much of this grot as we can, and let's see what we've got in there. Right, today's job is we're going down the side of the boat. We're going to replace these horrible old telegraph poles or whatever they are with some acro kind of supports that I've got in the van here. Buried underneath here somewhere. There they are. So I've got to get them out. Right, quick little side job then for Rachel, because she wants to be able to do a few bits and pieces. So she likes cleaning up all this paintwork and stuff and cleaning everything off so it looks nice. You see the wonderful job she did painting the hull just with temporary paint just to stop the rust. She kind of wants to do the same with the top and stuff. So for her to get up there, we've had to get some scaffolding, and that is in the van. So I've been and picked this up. All right, some second-hand scaffolding. So I'm going to erect that on the front here. Let's see how we get on. We've got to get rid of this bit by bit. So I'll just take this down to the metal bin. All right. I'll get one more piece. Oh, there she is. Just got one more bolt put in. I missed the diagonal as we were building up, so I'll just put those in next time. For now, they're fastened in and tied in. All good, mate. So let me show you where we've got to so far. Now, if I've got the angle right, it's a bit bright, that sky. Down here, can you see? There's a compartment here that we've revealed by removing the top of the bathing platform. And that's a compartment, as you can see, and if you look at the line here, this has been holding water and there's quite a bit of corrosion. So we've had a bit of a clean up, and you can see quite a few holes in the bottom, and more holes probably to be revealed as we keep cleaning the bottom of this. As we look in the back where this water line is, the first thing I notice is this steel here. This is going into the aft cabin. That steel is galvanised and has not been painted. The second thing that I've noticed, if you look, you see these are kind of reinforced pieces of steel. Now they look very similar to something else. They look very similar to these reinforced pieces of steel that's here on the stern of the boat. And here, coming out of the stern of the boat, is a signal cable. It's a cable that tells the ram system the position of the rams. And that goes through the back of the boat there. But also on the inside, goes through there. And if we peel down on the inside, we can see that those are the hydraulic cables for the rams that control the attitude of the boat. And they go through and through this hull to the outside of the stern. That's unusual. So it looks to many of us that the stern of the boat has been extended. And we've tried to reason why, possibly for a bigger bathing platform, possibly something to do with the attitude of the boat in the water. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like the boat's been extended. And we believe it's been extended at factory because if it had been extended post-production, there would have been paint and anti-foul, etc. on the stern of the boat, which there isn't. So it seems like there's been an added separate compartment here on the back of the boat. But then I had to think to myself, why is there water in there? Because this is a compartment you've got no access to, and there shouldn't be any water in there. That's the stern. That's the stern inside the compartment that I've shown you. And right about here, you can see there's a pipe. And underneath, that pipe comes into here. And on the other side, this is a second pipe. It does exactly the same. One pipe there, and one pipe there. I think the original reason for those pipes is because they drain from the deck. And because I've seen the top of those, they run through the inside of the boat and they drain the deck, and they're supposed to drain on the outside here down into the sea. But because they're inside that compartment, they've been draining into the compartment and filling it up. So to say that was done at factory, leaving those drains draining into that compartment at the back of the boat, I think was a serious design flaw, and quite worrying that a big ship company would do something as concerning as that. Right, I'm underneath the back of the boat, as you can see, because there's a propeller. And I've got a technical problem. And that is, I don't know if you can see, shift up, hope it don't fall on me. There's a load of blocks there in the back. Can you see the wooden blocks? They're holding the stern of the boat up. And they're in the way of all this rusty steel that needs to come out. Now, one of the reasons I've not cut this steel out yet, or even part of it, is because I don't want to weaken the structure in the back, because I've got to figure out a way of lifting the back of this boat up just enough to get those blocks out and move them forward. If I can get these blocks forward 3 feet, this will give me access to cut out all this rubbish stuff on the back of the boat, and I'm really, really keen to get sorting all that out. So I've got to figure out this problem, which is one of the reasons why I've bought this steel frame. You see, it's pretty heavy duty, and I'm just using this as a platform at the moment, but the idea is that this is going to be a good jacking point. So on these really heavy steel girders, and we have these vertical feet, and the idea is I need to get some bottle jacks in here underneath the bottom of the boat. The idea being that if I can get this under the boat, get the bottle jacks on it, put some reinforcement underneath the V of the boat, and I might be able to jack it up just enough, not high, just to take the pressure off those blocks and to be able to push those blocks forward. But before I do that, I need to get rid of this. This is the profile of the back of the bathing platform that I left in on purpose. It was so I didn't lose the shape in the profile. But now we've got this, I can cut this out, keep it, and then we know exactly how to put in the rest of the back of the boat. But for now it needs to come out of the way so I don't end up banging my head on it. A little bit of eye protection combined with the safety squint will be perfect. And I'm going to put the camera away this time, because last time I videoed with my brand new iPhone and I covered it in grinding dust. It feels like an abrasive wheel when you rub it. Anyway, let's see if we can cut this back thing off. I'm slowly getting organised as to where I'm keeping all my tools now. We've been in a lot of, as you know, topsy-turviness. Topsy-turviness. Is that a word? Topsy-turviness. It is now. With all the move and shifting things around. and having the van off the road. The van's back on the road. I've not quite loaded it up the way that I want it to be yet, but we'll get in there shortly. I need to get some shelving and some racking in it and things like that. But right now, back to the little unit here near the boat and find my abrasive discs. Right, scratch that. I've no idea where anything is. No abrasive wheels in the unit, so I've probably left them at home now. I did find my favourite safety glasses though, so all is not lost. Just no more abrasive wheels for cutting this stern bitty thing off. So, no abrasive discs with me. I think they're back at home. What's the chances I'm going to get the rest of it off with that? And maybe, because I haven't got my spanner to take it off, that. Let's see. I think I've got about as much out of that as I'm going to get. Right, let's see if I've got the tools to take this abrasive wheel off, this cutting disc off, because the tool to do it is with my bag of abrasive discs. Wish me luck. Okay, right. It might be a good idea not to clamp the camera to the bit you're cutting off. Right. Whoa, that's heavier than it looks. Watch your fingers. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Thought that'd be quite light. Right, because of the weight, let's just stick some gloves on. Yep. That was heavier than it looked. Right, that's off. Let's go and put this somewhere safe. Hopefully in the short-term future we'll be using this as a template. Right. God. So the next thing is we need to get this frame underneath the boat. It's a little bit tall, so we're probably going to have to dig it in at some stage. I think the first obstacle is going to be this keel, unless we dig out to get underneath. So I'm going to get this centered. So I'm going to measure, make sure that these pillars are equidistant from the keel, because these are where we're going to be putting the jacking points. Okay, we're going to measure up. Found my sunglasses, thought I'd lost them. Right, let's do some measuring. So I'm just going to mark on these roughly there, the centre of, I'll have to do one, I'm going to do this one, the centre of here and the centre of here roughly, because you can probably see this frame's odd, it overhangs here, so we're just going to ignore that bit. I'll just measure, should be about central. Tape measure pocket, Sharpie pocket. Right, let's push this in. So we're lined up centrally. Right, there we are. So that's about central, and this will be where our bottle jacks go. So as you can see, we're probably going to have to sink things in quite deep to get the bottle jacks underneath. Good effort, Sean. So the next thing is I didn't bring anything to dig with, so I'm going to have to use a chisel. It's not the kind of thing I normally have aboard the van, digging things. I don't do much digging, except digging myself into holes with Rachel. Right, let's chuck. And because I like a bit of comfort, can you see me? Because I like a bit of comfort, I've got myself something in the van. I forgot I got it, let me go and get it. Here we are. Let's have a little bit of comfort. Whoa, God, it's lovely in the sunshine. Could do a bit of sunbathing. Right. So I'm scratching in the dirt like a chicken here. I'm just trying to dig this in, just to give us some clearance here. Quite comfortable though on my little mattress, but not quite a way to go yet. So there you have it, that's dug in. Under there. And under there. All dug in nicely. Right, so underneath the boat again. It's a bit nerve-wracking under here, I'll be honest with you. So I've got another job to do under here. These behind me, these are the rudders, and you can probably see if I'm pointing in the right direction. The tubes of these go up into the aft cabin, and this steel here is likely to need to come out. I was thinking about replacing this whole stern with new sections of steel, because the stern's the worst of it, and I'm kind of feeling the idea that we'll just replace all the steel in the back here, make sure it's absolutely fine. In order to do that, I've got to take these rudders out. At first I thought I was going to have to dig holes down here, which would be big holes, but I've been reassured that these split here on this flange. So I'm going to try and cut the bolts off. I could try and remove the bolts, but I'll be here all day and those bolts are going to have to be replaced anyway. So I'm going to see if I can cut them off with the angle grinder. Right, just got sat down, all ready to do the job with a trusty old grinder. And I realised I knocked it off the thing earlier, I didn't notice, and I broke the disc. The one and only disc that I've got left here. So the job's going to get knocked off then. I'm going to have to go back home, so I'm going to knock off now. It's fairly late afternoon. Knock off, go home, get all the bits and pieces ready, get back here tomorrow and we'll get this rudder off. Said all that with my glasses on. Okay, believe it or not, it's the next day and it's a bit windier today. Nevertheless, we've got brand new discs. They're in the garage at home. Right, let's see what we can do. One. There we go, that's one off. Might need to grind that a little bit. Right, try and get to the second one now. Hopefully it splits there. One more. Hopefully this doesn't fall on me. Better move the camera out of the way. Okay, right, I wonder if this will come off. Let's go and get a hammer. Oh. It doesn't seem to be coming off, but I wonder if there's a bit of grip at the bottom here. or whether they're rusted on. So I'm just going to get the grinder just on the bottom just to make sure there's no lips. Starting to come. Ah, shit. There she goes. Ooh, that's that off. Oh, that smells funky. One down, one more to go. Right, there they are, 2 rudders off to the workshop for a rainy day job. So don't forget to check out next week's video where we have a go at jacking the back of this boat up. That's going to be a nerve-wracking experience. In the meanwhile, thank you very much for watching the video again. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up if you did like it. Please hit that subscribe button, it really does help. And click the bell notification, that way you'll get notifications when we release a new video. Thank you once again very, very much for all your support and your subscribership. Until the next video, bye for now.